It's for authorized personnel only. But now, you're being authorized.
We are in the operating today.
Blow the dice for me. Put your pretty ass lips together, blow it real nice for me. Yeah, I'm trying to hit a lip and slide to the dealership in the morning. Wow, Papa need a brand new story. Hot head, they not gonna believe it, but check the recording. Ooh, just dance, up a few bags. Big booty hoes meet me in the pit. Bar full of liquor, cash for the strippers. It's gonna get weird tonight, so no, just put some money to blow. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this roll. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this roll. Come on, 7, let's go. Yes,
Hey guys, well, I usually start the day by telling you happy Wednesday. This is Wednesday when I'm in IG, but welcome to the Naked Beauty Podcast. I'm happy to have you guys joining me. We are going to have a great show today, and we're commemorating. This show is, of course, on Juneteenth. This is June 19th, and the show is honoring Juneteenth. I want to talk a little bit about Juneteenth, and we've got a fantastic guest to chat with a little bit later. Juneteenth is not what you might think it is. Juneteenth is supposed to be a celebration of the emancipation of the slaves, but if you knew the history, it's a little bit shocking when you dive deep. Now, the Emancipation Proclamation was actually signed in 1863, but not all slaves were immediately freed. It actually took till 2 years later, General Gordon Granger, who was a Union general, made his way into Texas, and it was in Galveston Bay in 1865, June 19th, 1865, a little over 2 years later from the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, that the general walked into Galveston Bay and told the slaves that were still working there 2 years after the signing that they were in fact free people. And it's shocking when you think that this just continued. President Lincoln signs the Emancipation Proclamation June 1st, 1863, and it's over 2 years later that the final slaves are told that they are actually free. In fact, there were 250,000 slaves in Texas that were probably still working all that time for 2 years before all people were freed. Juneteenth is meant to celebrate the freedom of people, of the African Americans that were ultimately freed finally on Juneteenth of 1865. At the time, there had been as many as 4 million slaves in the 1860s in the United States. Shocking numbers. But in fact, what's even crazier, you may not know when Juneteenth became a holiday. It only was signed into a holiday by President Biden 3 years ago. It was only in 2021 that Juneteenth became an actual holiday, a federal holiday, and recognized that way. And interestingly, Galveston Bay was the last place that slaves were freed, but in fact, Texas was the first state to recognize Juneteenth as a holiday, as a state holiday. So it has been a long time coming for, in 2021, for President Biden to sign this into law, to make Juneteenth an actual federal holiday that we now can commemorate and celebrate. And when I think of this, I really want to dwell on the independence that brought, the freedom. In fact, it's called sometimes Freedom Day, not just Juneteenth. Some people call it the Second Independence Day of the United States. And it represents the opportunity, the elevation, the freedom that was given to the slaves, ultimately finally getting all slaves free in that day. And so in thinking about the elevation of a people, the opportunity that everyone had, and trying to help people achieve and move forth and grow and prosper, we have a guest today that is all about that. And our guest is Tracy Wilson Morning. She is just a force in the community and has been for decades. It's really incredible to me how long that's been going on. She is the founder of the Honey Shine Foundation, also the founder of the Love brand, Living on vacation every day, and the co-founder of the Overtown Youth Center. There's so much going on around Miami and just in general for someone who tries to raise up the community and give especially young women something to aspire to understand that they can achieve, that they have opportunity, really trying to elevate the whole community. And so I am incredibly honored to have Tracy here as my guest. We are going to show you a little bit about her foundation, the Honey Shine Foundation, and we'll welcome Tracy to the show.
Honey Shine, welcome.
So Honey Shine is a mentoring program for young girls. We started in 2002. When we started, it was once a month workshops. And then I realized that with our girls, we needed more time with them. You know, it was that consistency that makes a difference.
I have gone into some of the sessions with the young ladies, and they are being taught formation, confidence. One of the young ladies that I spoke to, she said that she learned today to have her shoulders back and her head high. And she said that that is a way to deter bullies from bothering her. So she said that really helped her.
Well, Honey Shine has been a huge thing in our community. We've been involved. I am so happy to have you, Tracy, here on Naked Beauty.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Man, I can't tell you how pleased I am to have you as our guest. So grateful that you were available, because you're busy. I'm busy, but it's hard to get a hold of you.
Is it really?
It is. You got so much going on.
Well, yeah, there is a lot going on, but I'm very happy to be here.
Well, glad to have you. So talk to me, Honey Shine. Tell me where the name come from for that foundation, and tell us a little bit about, we just saw a little bit about the foundation itself, but tell us, what is the calling for you? Where did Honey Shine come from and why?
Okay, well, I used to live here in South Florida when I was a little girl, way down south in Goulds. And this amazing woman, Miss Annie Lou Johnson, used to take care of me while my mom worked. She cleaned houses and worked at the jail downtown. And then when God brought me back here to South Florida as a young adult, I would go visit Miss Annie Lou in the same house that she took care of me and other kids in. And I would see groups of girls walking around the neighborhood. Some had babies. Just really young girl,
Wow.
house shoes on, and they would just walk the block and just go around, and I would look at them and wonder, who am I in that group? Which one am I in that group, had it not been for the mommy that I have, or the amazing women in my life, like Miss Annie Lou or Mama Rainey. And God placed it on my heart that I needed to do something about it, and I needed them to see that there's so much more out there besides that block. And so I gathered a group of girlfriends around my dining room table and said, we are going to do a mentoring program. God gave me the name. It's called Honey Shine, because when I was little with Miss Annie Lou, we'd say, honey child, please, all the time. Honey child, please. And so I knew it was called Honey Shine. I wrote that down, and when I gathered my girlfriends, everyone was excited and on board, and we started doing our workshops at the beach. Don Peoples was the only black-owned hotel at the time on the beach, and we started workshops there once a month. And you know, as we went on, I realized that once a month wasn't enough. We needed more time with our girls, because it was like starting over each time. So we did a summer camp that was a week long, and from there, now we're in over a dozen schools, including Dade and Broward. After school programming, we have a 6-week summer camp that we do that just started this week with our honey bugs, with over 150 girls. So we've had thousands of girls come through the program.
It's a long way. This is a long way from that dining room table.
A long way. And now we have honey bugs. That's what we refer to our girls as. Their kids are now even in the program.
Wow.
So it's God.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's God.
It's like full circle. That's got to be incredible for you.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I feel that I'm one of the luckiest girls in the world that I get to spend my summers at summer camp. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every year. And I remember the first day of summer camp, I went home I was like, I'm not going back. Like, you can't make me. These teenage girls, I can't handle it. I was like, God, I know you want me on a beach somewhere with an umbrella in my drink. I know it. And then next day when I walked into camp, I had a honey bug run up to me and say, Miss Tracy, I told God, thank you for Honey Shine. And so,
Wow.
yeah, it was just written. So it's an honor.
See, now you're that woman that's raising up all these other young girls. That you're the influence that you had.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying that forward that way, but to so many girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it grow over the years. You know,
Yes.
my wife and I were involved with Honey Shine with the Overtown Youth Center
From the
from
beginning, yeah.
early moments.
Yeah.
I've just seen it grow and grow. The Overtown Youth Center, you guys have done incredible things with that.
Yeah, what's happened there, we were an 18,000 square foot facility, and last year we opened a 56,000 square foot facility.
Incredible.
It has a school.
There you go.
yes.
Tucker's giving you a bell for that. There you go.
It has a school. We service over 5,000 children and families in the community, and it's really God. Again,
Well, think about, I know a little bit about this because we were involved. And think about the influence that you have had with these young people, you know, not just girls, because the Overtown Youth Center deals with a lot of young boys too, but just in the community, the high school graduation rate
yeah.
of the kids that get involved in the OYC and Honey Shine, significantly higher than when they're not.
Significantly, yes.
right?
When we first started in that community in Overtown, it was 2 out of 12 graduating from high school.
Think about that.
Yeah, it's wild to even think that that's the way it was, and that's the way it is still in a lot of communities. It's
Communities that
we
don't
need-
have the resource.
don't have the resources. This is why we need more OICs, more Honey Shine, across this country and beyond.
Oh, so are you guys working on spreading this throughout?
Absolutely,
So
that's
tell me.
the work. Our budget for the Overtown Youth Center is close to $10 million. So
Wow.
it's a big lift every year, and so our goal is to have more centers throughout the community and go beyond, because what is happening there, it's life changing. We have students that are in Europe now working and having their own companies, and dancers that are in New York, and they're doing it all. And again, it was like for me, someone took me outside of my neighborhood that one time that changed my life.
Right.
Changed my
Well,
life.
you talk about out of the neighborhood. We're talking about Overtown.
Yeah.
And you could, if you were adventurous, you could walk or jog to the beach. But how many of those kids grow up and never see sand, never
Yeah.
get to the ocean?
Well, that has all changed now, because with Honey Shine, some of our girls had never gone to the beach.
Right, that's what I'm
had
saying.
never thought that they belonged. So
Mm.
walking into this hotel and me being able to tell them, this is a Black-owned hotel, and this is Miami Beach, and this is God's creation right here, and you belong here. So it's really amazing. And when you say jog across that bridge, Overtown's such a special community to South Florida, because Muhammad Ali used to do just that.
Fifth Street Gym, right?
Fifth
And then-
Street Gym, and a lot of the entertainers, they weren't allowed to stay on the beach. They could perform at the hotels, but they weren't allowed to stay there.
Yeah,
so
there's
they
so
had to
many.
stay in
I mean,
Overtown.
Sammy Davis Jr. has that story in a lot of places with the Rat Pack. I mean, it's just crazy to think that that's our history.
Yeah.
It blows my mind how much this has moved forward over the last couple decades.
Right.
You talked about the girl coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I thank God for you bringing me to Honey Shine." Tell me a story that is motivational to you. Something when you look back. I have my patients that I think of, and I think, "Oh, that was a really great case, and it was very rewarding." And I have patients come back and tell me things, give the thank yous. So I have those moments in my practice, but with Honey Shine, it's been on so long. There's got to be these wonderful stories of, a little girl or some young boy that started in the program and made it to a place they'd never conceived. So give me a story.
Yeah, and it's not just Honey Shine, like you said.
Well,
it's
OIC. Yeah.
Our students, when I tell you, for me, there are lots of stories when it comes to our kids, but I can tell you too, even from my own personal experience, that understanding that there's so much more out there. For me, that comes from my mom. My mom was the honest woman. in the world, mouth like
she
a
was great.
sailor, call you everything but a child of God, politically incorrect in so many different ways, but she was a truth teller. And even on the building at OIC, I have an area that's dedicated to her, and she would always say, "Don't look back, Tracy, don't look back, because you only get dust in your eyes."
Wow.
And when I think of her, like, she transitioned and she's not here with us physically, but whenever I think about her, I get dust in my eyes. I get emotional, and I miss her a lot, but it was because of her, you know, her story, and I can share that quickly, just how her strength has just shaped me, which has gone on to influence so many others. My mom, German Jew, mouth like a sailor, like I said, little white woman, but she was married before my father and divorced her first husband because it was an abusive relationship, had my 2 sisters and a brother, moved from Kentucky to Cincinnati, met and married my father, and during this time it was against the law for a white woman to marry a black man. And so her ex-husband takes her to court to get custody, and the judge says 20 years from now it's not going to matter. Right now it's a civil rights matter. Granted custody to the father. The father stands up and says, "Well, I don't want them, I just didn't want her to have them."
Oh, wow.
Her parents stand up and say, "Well, we will take them, and if you get rid of the one you're carrying, my sister Lisa, we will buy you a house and you can have your kids back." So this is a woman, when I tell you she has sacrificed her whole life, I never wanted for anything my whole life. But my mom, when she cleaned houses, the people at the jail here in Miami didn't know she had black children. She would lose jobs because of that.
Wow.
And I just saw her strength and her, you know, she truly sacrificed her whole life for her children. And I will forever be grateful for that. And, you know, with Honeyshine, I know not everyone has a mommy like that.
Well, you are that figure for a lot of these girls.
Yeah.
With the opportunity, you and everybody else, you know, all the mentors through
Yes.
Honeyshine in OYC.
Yeah.
Tell me about a child that went through the program that
So
came
many.
back. Just give me one of your favorite stories.
Oh, there's so many. Well, we have a lot of kids that come back and work. You know, they go off to college and they come back and work. We even
Come
have
back and work at
the center
Wow.
and at Honeyshine.
That's great.
And, you know, it's really amazing. We've had students, I'm a graduate of the Howard University in Washington, D.C., and, you know, to have students and honeybugs that have gone on that went to Howard, you know, and come back and work and serve our kids, it's really special to see. That's happening all the time. Our programming, we started out 8 to 18. Now we are from 5 years old through post-high, through 25. So to have those kids come back, those are our success stories, because our younger generation gets to see that, oh, that's me
Yeah.
right
I mean,
there.
full circle right in front
Full
of them.
circle, right in front of them. So there are so many amazing stories. It's hard to identify just one, you know, because there are so many people that truly get it, that come through those doors, that leave there a different person, and they want to come back and serve. So we have a lot of them.
Yeah, so beautiful. It just an example of all the tremendous things that are going on that you guys are responsible for.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were sitting around that dining room table,
I had no idea.
could you even
I had
conceive,
no idea.
you know, 20, 30 years later, you'd be
No.
having this conversation?
I think had God let me know what was going to happen, I would have been intimidated, and I
Huh.
would have been afraid, and I wouldn't
No,
have had
yeah,
the
no,
courage
oh,
to
no,
do
no,
it.
I don't buy that for a second.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're
It
not
was
going
like,
to get
what, God?
intimidated.
Well, you know, there are a lot of things not too much intimidates me, but just to think of the magnitude, and God said, this many kids and this long, you will be doing it. Yeah, I think I would have said, God, I would have taken that umbrella on the beach somewhere.
Well, you get to go on the beach with some umbrellas every
Yes,
now
I
and then.
do,
You've
I
had some
do.
nice times.
Right.
Yeah. You know, one of the newest projects that you're on is
Love.
you're wearing it.
Yes, I'm wearing it. Love.
Tell me how that started.
So love, which stands for living on vacation every day.
Which I love so much.
Yes.
Love.
Love,
Love,
yes. And I'm a believer that the power of words, you know, I like the idea of living on vacation every day. I know it's not something we all can do all the time, but we can dress the part, we can look the part. I like things that are fun, that are free, that are sexy still, and that are comfortable. So it started, God again placed that. I was like, God, this is what I want to do. And I remember I was in a taxi in New York and it was freezing. I was like, I know, God, this is not my life. This is not all the time. I don't mind visiting it. And I said, I want to live on vacation. And then it was like, live in love. That's how I want to live. And I feel like love gives people an opportunity. It envelops the body, it influences the mind. We walk around in this world in Miami here, it's like living on vacation. So I like to dress the part, and it's easy, it's fun.
Well, it's definitely, it's fun, it's comfortable. What you got now?
Thank you. This is our Ellie dress. First Lady Michelle Obama put us in People magazine as one of her
Wow, look
favorite
at
things.
that.
So it's growing, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm excited about what's to come.
You
with
should
that.
be proud, and it's just
you.
the next in what'll be continuing projects for you, I'm
Yeah.
sure. To me, when I heard about it, love, living on vacation every day. To me, I thought of it figuratively, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, almost nobody can actually live on vacation every day. I mean, very few people are that lucky, but can in your mind.
Yeah.
Just to have that sense. And I think if you love what you do,
Yeah.
then you are living on vacation every day. I love when I come to the office. I have a great team. I deal with great people. And I enjoy what I do every day. So to me, it never feels like work. And that's how I kind of took the brand name.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Well, there you
were
go.
right on point with
All right,
that.
I'll take it.
Yes. And I feel like a lot of people, and I meet people all the time, and people are struggling. People are struggling to figure out what it is they love. People are struggling to figure out how to even love themselves. So those beautiful reminders that we have all the time through platforms such as this, or different ways we can share our experiences with others, I think it's very important. So thank you for doing this,
man.
and thank you for loving what you do.
Well, of course. And I'm, again, so happy to have you. What's the next thing? I mean, I know love is just beginning to blossom, right?
Yes. So I don't know. I just trust God so much that I say, God, I'm yours. Use me. Every step of the way. I definitely want to write books.
Yeah, we talked about that right before the show.
I definitely want to do that. So I'm working on that. I want to share my mom's story because it's so powerful. Like even on my Instagram, I used to post her a lot. I really haven't posted beyond stories on my Instagram since my mom transitioned too much, because I used to share her all the time. And I feel like there are so many stories to be told. I want to travel this world and share with people that there's work to be done in living in love, work to be done on yourself, work to be done in the community. And if we all show up the way you show up to work, loving what you do, what a better world we'd be in.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope everyone can do that at some point in their life.
It'd be nice, right?
Yeah. With love, when did that start?
I started Love 2018 was my first meeting about it.
First meeting, and when
First
did you guys
meeting.
actually produce?
I
your first
produced
products?
2019. All right, yeah, so it was all back to back. It just kind of flowed.
Rough
So
time to start a new project.
rough time to start a new project, but God knew what he was doing. It was right on time. And one day I will share the story of that first meeting and how that came to be.
You got to put it in
I
a book.
think I have to put it in a book.
What's the first book going to be?
Well, I've always wanted to share my mom's story and all the wisdom she's imparted in me. And my mom would say some wild things. I know I have the title for it. I don't know if I can say it on this platform.
You kind of keep that to yourself.
Okay,
now.
okay,
We'll
yes.
come, when you get that going, when you're ready to talk about the book, you don't have to
Share
let it
everything.
all out yet.
Okay.
But that's going to be your mom then, your mom's story.
Yeah, a lot of my mom's story, and I think with my story too, because it's because of her that I am. Like I said, this white woman, she would always tell me, and my sister Tracy, the world's not going to look at you and see that your mom is white and or Jewish, or they're going to look at you and see you as a black woman. You need to stand in that truth and to know that. So I think that's a big part of the story as well. being okay with your truth, loving it, and I'm so proud to be who I am.
Clearly, and
Yeah.
you have embraced it your whole life, and
Yeah.
it's really your identity shines right through everything that you've done.
Yeah, why, thank you for that. And then when you were talking about Juneteenth in the intro, you know, I think people are still even confused about what this holiday means. It's like, what? We got another holiday in the middle of the week, and I think it's so much more to that, you know, and we live in a society where, you know, especially this state, a lot of people don't want to talk about the history. A lot of our leaders want to not and pretend like it didn't happen because it'll hurt someone's feelings, you know.
Well, this is a whole conversation we could have about people not being comfortable. You know, people don't like to have uncomfortable conversations to discuss uncomfortable history, and so instead of actually learning
Yeah.
and having having the difficult discussion, sometimes it just gets punted. And so, you know what? Let's put it aside. Let's
Right, and
not
pretend
talk
like
about
it didn't happen.
Yeah, it'd be like it was never a thing.
Right, and people were, like you said, millions of people were enslaved. And, you know, when we speak about enslaved people, I don't refer to our people as slaves. I refer to them as enslaved, you know, because they came here as mothers and fathers and kings and queens and all of that. So, you know,
And obviously not by choice.
and not by choice. And, you know, to find out that, oh, wait a minute, oh, by the way, you're free to go now, you know, and then you pay the slave owners reparations. But, you know, I think people these days would rather have reparations instead of a holiday that we really don't tell the truth about.
Well, that's a whole other uphill climb.
Yes,
Yeah.
whole other climb, and let me know when you want to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about something a little bit more fun.
Okay.
We have some fun facts about you.
Oh, okay.
In preparing for the show and thinking about just some interesting things, you had a moment that not a lot of people ever actually, we're going to talk about two moments that you had
Lord.
that not a lot of people ever had.
Okay.
All right. Matter of fact, you might be the only person I know that's done both of these things. But so the first thing, in fact, when we heard about it, I had to explain to people what this is because it was not something that people even knew. Now, people may not know that when a new boat is brought to the water and it's taking its inaugural voyage, like the first time a ship is ever going to set sail away from port, you do a christening of the ship, right? Now, you couldn't just do like somebody's little fishing boat.
No.
No, that's not
Not me or yacht.
your style. Yeah, or it wasn't even a yacht, right? This was a cruise ship.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So the Carnival Breeze, that's my baby. I'm the godmother of the Carnival Breeze. I got to, yay!
There you go. Tucker's excited about that.
You know, that was really exciting when the Carnival organization asked me to do that because it really is a big deal. And I didn't really understand it until I was going through the process. And it's like, what? I'm the godmother of the ship. So that was really amazing. And the Carnival company in itself is just a great company. They've supported our work
tremendously
over the years.
Yeah.
Mickey and Madeline Ayerson are true supporters of the work that we do. And so I was really honored when they asked me to be the godmother.
What a moment. I mean, nobody gets to do that.
No, right?
So what was
Only
that
you.
like? You're standing there. Now,
I'm
was it the day
standing
they
there.
were leaving? Was it actually
No, it wasn't the day they were leaving. And then back in the day, you used to
smash the champagne?
smash the champagne.
Yeah.
But there were times where they'd smash it and it wouldn't break.
Yes.
So they have this new
That's
high-tech
exactly
thing
right.
now where you just push a button and you see the champagne swing and it breaks that way.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is, because I've seen this happen, or you
Yeah.
can probably check it out in YouTube, you can see videos of this. When you christen a ship,
Yes.
in the old days, they'd have a bottle of champagne that would be tied on a rope to like the rail of the ship.
Yes.
and then you'd lift it up and then swing it, and then the bottle swings and hits the hull and breaks, and champagne's everywhere, and that's christening the ship. Only if you don't throw it hard enough,
Right.
sometimes it just bounces off the hull, and you have this bottle just kind of clanging against it. It's not that momentous, right?
It's not that momentous, and it's not good luck either. Like, it's not a good
Oh.
look when it doesn't break.
Yep.
So we have to ensure that it breaks.
Well, yeah. So I guess they had an automated system. You kind of
Yes.
hit a button and bang,
Yes.
there it goes. Well,
Yes.
that's pretty awesome. Now, have you cruised on the Breeze?
I have cruised on the Breeze with my kids, and now the Breeze is out of Texas. That's where
Huh,
it's
how about
based.
that?
Yeah.
Out of Galveston,
Out of-
right?
yes.
Okay.
So look at that. So that's where it's based, and so yes, I've gotten to go on that cruise.
How
a few
fun.
Carnival cruises. Yes.
How fun.
Yes.
How fun. So that was a pretty cool thing. And then I heard this other thing about you
Okay.
that
Am I sweating?
not a lot of people have done. This is pretty cool too. Joe, you got this ready?
What, Joe?
The whole video.
All right. Well, hold on. We'll roll it. You didn't clip that piece?
You didn't. You told me not to.
No, I told you. All right. Well. All right. Well, we can play. Do you know where it is in the video? All right. Well,
I don't
see,
think
she
it's
probably knows what we're
possible.
talking about.
don't
No,
think
I
it's
have
possible to
no
scrub.
idea.
Okay. Well, we're talking about a music video. Now you know what we're talking
Which one?
about.
Drake?
Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably
God's plan.
the most famous Drake song ever. The one people point to and say it was what made him so goated. You gonna pull it up?
Oh yeah, and you can see the back of my hair.
Well, but you guys are hanging out by the ice cream truck,
Yeah,
right?
Drake gifted us with that van to the Overtown Youth Center. Our kids got to hang out and spend time. That was really special. That whole video, the whole concept, the way they thought that through, that was really special for our whole community. It was really nice, and then for him to come to the youth center, we have to get him back to the youth center.
Yeah. Well, so he actually came to OYC.
He was at OIC, and that's where part of the video was shot.
Wow. So
Yeah.
out in the courtyard in the front where they had.
Yeah, in the parking lot at the time. Now that area is a school, I think.
Wow.
Where we were standing. So yeah, we have to get him back, along with Kendrick Lamar.
All right. So okay. Now you raise it. Hold on. Now I got to ask you. You might be a little biased. So are you in Team Drake or Team Kendrick?
Well, I can tell you that I don't know the song. I know Kendrick's song. They're not like us.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
know that
Right. So the
part.
beef songs. You know some of these.
That's
these
the
diss
only
songs.
song I know. I
Well,
don't know.
But you know,
Drake's
Drake
song.
Drake came out with a couple of them, right? I mean, it was Drake came out with one, Kendrick came out with one, then Drake came out with another one. Kendrick then like dropped a bomb with like 5 songs.
Well, Kendrick is, I mean, the wisdom that man
pretty
has.
cool.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he's-
I'm a huge fan of his, and I love Drake's music as well.
Oh, so you're gonna be Switzerland on this, huh?
No, not really Switzerland. I want to know more.
Okay.
Yes,
that's fair.
but I
That's fair.
do love the song that I've heard of Kendrick's, and at the same time, I like the healthy competition. But I feel I can honestly say, and I would say this to our kids as well, that it's such a distraction from so many other things that's going on in
No, but
this world.
is that a bad thing or a good thing? 'Cause
I think
sometimes.
I think it's nice to have a getaway, but we are easily distracted when there's so many other bigger issues we need to talk
it is.
about.
It is
I
a
would-
crazy time in the world, that's for sure.
I would get a ticket to both of their concerts. So yes,
Okay, that-
for
yeah,
sure.
well, I
I've
would say
seen
the
Drake
same.
before, but I haven't seen Kendrick, and I would love that.
He comes through here.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
get you in to see that.
Yes.
And what about Metro Boomin?
Who's that?
Oh man! So Metro in this whole beef, Metro Boomin is this kind of producer of beats,
Okay.
and he produced a beat that he put out there and said, okay, he kind of somehow he got caught up in the beef, and he's on more like Kendrick's side. He's also beefing with Drake, and so Metro Boomin put out this beat with the background singer of BBL Drizzy. You probably heard it.
Who are these people?
Oh no, so BBL Drizzy is like there's the
BBL.
yeah
Drizzy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The idea that maybe he had some plastic surgery, and so So he
Oh,
put
they're
out,
referring to Drake in that.
yes,
Oh, got
yes,
it, got
yes.
it.
So he puts out this beat, and he basically makes it known anybody can take that beat, and you can make your own diss track about.
Well,
Drake.
that was smart.
See, and so then it just blows up. It's like
So
explosions.
it's all everyone has used it to make diss tracks about Drake.
Not everybody, but a lot of. I mean, you could check it out on YouTube. Probably find dozens of Drake diss tracks with that BDL Drizzy in the background.
Right, and I'm sure Drake's thinking, you know what? When you're on top, everyone comes.
The hey, listen. I
Right.
mean, no one's looking at you when no one has to beat you up when you're on the bottom, right?
Right, and thank God there's room for everybody.
All right, so there you go.
Yes.
Switzerland all the way.
Switzerland.
I got it.
Well, I don't know about Switzerland. I told you, I
Need to
grew up
know
in
more.
Vegas too, so I'm the West Coast. So
All right.
I like
all
them
right.
both.
Well, I that's okay. I can go with that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I love the knowledge that you have about this.
Well, yeah, we talk about this in the operating room all the time. I know way more, and I got some teenage kids too.
Yes. Okay.
So
yes.
it kind of
that helps.
keeps me a little bit
Yes.
more current, but
So my son might be a little embarrassed that I don't know it.
no, I'm
He
sure
would
you're
tell me.
you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I'm sure he's plenty proud of everything. All right, so I think time has come for us to play a game. Now we're not playing just
Okay.
any game. We are going to play a game that goes with Honey Shine.
Okay.
And so the game, did you get the graphics set?
Yep, everything's set. It's time for this to be disconnected though.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, we can't look?
yeah, we
There's
can't.
spoilers on the screen.
Right. So
Okay.
so what's gonna happen is we're gonna play a game called Honey What? And
Okay,
the
honey
idea
what?
is we've got flavored honey.
Okay.
So we're gonna be tasting these honey sticks, and we're gonna guess what the flavor is.
Okay.
All right. So our producer Tucker, you have
Yes.
have this all
foodie,
set.
so I like food.
I do.
All right,
Let me
careful.
get
Step
close.
through. Why don't you come through?
Yes.
Come through. Yeah, come on.
Come through, Tucker.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So come on around
Okay. Okay.
and grab the chair back there.
I'll grab this chair.
All right. So Tucker,
Honey, what?
honey, what? Tucker is going to pass us these honey sticks. Now you have them. Oh, you have them in envelopes.
Yes, just to keep them separated.
Okay.
Right. So we don't know. I don't know what the flavors are.
Okay.
I don't know what the flavors are. I have no idea what we're getting.
Okay.
I do know that there were how many different flavors did we have to choose from?
There were 22.
Okay.
Okay, so
We
22.
narrowed it down to 7.
Did you even know there were 22 flavors?
I
in there?
had no idea.
Now you do, and you're about to get intimately familiar with a handful of them.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good to me.
So let's see.
Intimate with honey. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Pick your first one. Now the reason we had to turn the feed off, for those of you who don't know, we get to watch what you guys see, so I know what's on the screen because we're up here and I don't really know what's going on. But this way I can tell what's going on. Only now we're not supposed to know what's going on because you guys already know what flavor this is. You got that up, Joe?
They do?
You know what order this is? You guys have it all set?
They do now.
Okay, so you guys can see. I can't see what the flavor is, so you.
Are they different colors too?
Yeah, they're all different
Okay,
colors.
okay.
Yeah, no, this one's yellow, so it
Okay.
seems like it might be.
Okay.
Sometimes the color it jives with the flavor. Sometimes it could be misleading.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can taste it.
Okay.
So I want you to lock it in your head mentally.
Really?
Mhm.
Let me see.
You getting that?
Is there a plain one?
No, they're all honey, so they have that honey
It
flavor.
tastes like honey.
Yeah, but there's hints of something there. I have an idea what it might be, and I'm kind of guessing, also partly because of the color. It'd be almost
Is
better.
it fruits?
Yeah, there's a lot of fruits in this.
I'm going to like a mango. I don't taste mango. I'm just going by the color because it just really tastes like honey to me.
Uh huh. I feel like a little bit of banana in it, so I'm gonna go with banana.
I can see that too. Is it banana?
It's my name!
All right, there we go. I got one. Okay.
Good job, good job, good job.
All right,
Okay.
now you're the honey expert.
Apparently not.
You just drop it right there. Okay, so
Here's your next one.
Chocolate.
well,
Okay.
could be. You got to taste it first, though. Can't really smell anything, though, right? Not really.
Chocolate.
Ooh, very chocolate.
Chocolate.
Ooh, I don't like it. I'm not that big at chocolate. It's chocolate, right?
I love chocolate.
It's gotta
It's
be
chocolate. You did good. That was a good one.
Okay.
That was easy.
That's like
I'm
super
safe.
chocolatey, though. I
Say
can
that
tell you,
one.
this is. I don't like my honey to be too chocolatey, but.
I do.
Oh, hey now, easy. It's a family
Hey,
show,
honey.
Tucker.
Hey, honey.
All right, let's see.
I know my guess.
Okay, this time I want you both to say your answer on 3.
Okay, hold on. Let me have one more taste.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna say. Okay, we're gonna bring this out together now.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
That's what I'm saying.
Good job.
You got that one. You guys pick some easy ones. Give us a challenge.
Okay. Oh, challenge accepted. Try this one.
All right, let's see.
Okay. This one smell.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Toothpaste.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely like a mint thing going
Yes,
on, like
that's what I'm
peppermint.
going with mint.
Man.
All right.
Good
Yeah, yeah.
job. Okay. Another color.
Hey, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Actually, get a little bit of smell. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Can't place it. I know I'm gonna know it when you tell me. Yeah, that's kind of unusual, right?
You ready?
One more.
On 3.
Hold on.
Get some more. Get some more.
Okay, I got it.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Pina
Pineapple.
colada.
Oh, pina colada. So I can
Pina
find it.
colada!
You got it. See? You're more correct than I am. You get it.
But pina coladas has
Yeah,
pineapple.
but it's got other stuff in it,
Okay.
just like coconut going on. So that I could not get that.
Good job. Okay.
There you go.
So,
Last
this
one.
Now, but there's actually one more after this.
Oh, okay.
But the traditional way,
This is an open, dude.
yes, they're not. So the traditional way of opening is just biting it.
Oh.
Oh, you dropped the
I mean,
scissors.
Yes.
Oh no. Well, no. The way what he's talking about is you bite, like you bite here and then milk it into your mouth. So
Yeah, you're not trying to tear it off by biting on the flat. It's like you turn it perpendicular and crush that thing with your teeth almost.
Oh, and then it'll squirt everywhere, huh?
Yeah. Well, we did have that happen when we were testing it.
There you go.
You got it?
Now, this one is one of my favorites.
My sister would love this.
Yeah.
It was not my favorite.
No. Yeah, I made it harder. We had to bite the ends off.
Why don't you just grab the scissor from the shelf there?
Let me grab some more scissors.
Yeah.
for you.
Haven't been able to do it?
I'm afraid. See, so here's why I'm not wanting to do it.
'Cause it-
Because we are live now, and when we were testing these, I'm trying not to shoot this stuff all over you.
Please don't.
Because
Please
if you
don't.
bite it incorrectly, you cause the pressure, and boom, it comes out the wrong side.
Please
That
don't.
happened yesterday, right?
But did it happen with you or just your son?
No, just Jake. But he.
So you know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll let you cut it. Just go ahead and give me a snip. Oh, there you go. Boom. All right. You want to get a better opening so you can really
Yes.
taste it?
Okay, let's get some more.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got it.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Want to do it on 3?
Let's do it on 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
One.
ready?
2, 3.
Cinnamon.
Red hot.
Red hot.
Yeah.
Hot
Ah.
would love that. Red Hots.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hated
so-
that candy.
And hence the big gulp of water she's taken from this.
This is the very last one.
Okay.
Okay. Another color.
Okay.
A color you've
And
already
we know
had
it's not
to.
chocolate.
You know that. Yep. For you.
Okay, here we go. Let me smell much. All I got is honey everywhere in my mouth.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think I know what it is.
Okay, okay. That's how those taste buds work.
They're jacked up at this point.
You know, yeah, they are totally jacked up.
Need a palate cleanser.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna sip in the water, but I'm gonna go one of two ways with this. I just gotta pick one and then put it out there.
Have you narrowed down your flavor?
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
Think so. You ready?
It's
Yeah.
different, isn't it?
Okay.
It's a. Okay.
On three.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see if they can get it. Last one. 1, 2, 3.
Root beer.
beer.
Oh, how about that?
Okay, good.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
Drop the honey.
Yes.
Drop the honey. Honey drop.
Okay, that was a
There we
good.
go, there we go.
Thank you.
Good job.
That was
You
fun.
like that?
All right, you did great.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Did we keep score on that or no?
You won.
Oh,
Okay, good. Thanks.
I'm
I
happy
like-
to concede.
I like that's.
Well, she got the pina
That's
colada I
my
didn't
math.
get.
There
right?
you go. Yeah.
And
there's
you got
there was
one
in
that
the
I did
begin-
get.
Only, yeah, but you got two that I didn't get. Because there was another one that I just couldn't get, and you picked it out. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you get it. You win.
Okay.
So much fun,
So much fun.
and I'm glad that we had a chance to share it with you.
I'm glad to be here.
When people want to check out Honey Shine OYC, maybe people listen, if you're watching and you want to try and give to the causes, reach out, check out OYC. I mean, my wife and I have been involved. There is nothing better in Miami to try and help young kids aspire, to give them the resources to achieve. And I can only encourage you all to try and give and support OYC, support Honey Shine. How can they do that? How can they do that?
You can go to honeyshine.org, OYCmiami.org. There are tons of opportunities for volunteers. You know, that really makes a difference. And because a lot of people don't have the financial resources, but they have the time. And a lot of people
Right.
don't have the time, but they have the financial resources. And like I said, our budget is really big, and we have a lot of money to raise. So join us.
And you're doing great things with it. I mean, this is one of
Yes,
those
we're doing
things
great
where
things with it.
it's really going to get things done. You've got
Yes.
numerous programs, after school, mentoring programs, actually school programs.
Yes. In-school programs, new 56,000 square foot facility,
Tremendous.
right in the heart of Overtown. And as we know, gentrification is happening everywhere, but this belongs to the community. This block, this corner, it's for the kids and the families. So great things happening
It's
there.
been special since the jump.
Thank you.
Really cool.
And then the
And then
dresses.
love. Tell us how we
Love.
can get a little piece of love.
Love by TWM. That's where you can reach us on Instagram, and you can reach me at Honeychild Tracy.
All
on
right.
Instagram.
Well, yeah. So if you've been inspired, if you have a story you want to reach back out, maybe you're one of the Honey Child kids. Maybe
Our
you're an
honey
OYC.
buds.
Maybe
Hey,
you're a
honey
honey bun.
buds.
Maybe you're a kid that went through OYC and you're seeing this. So reach out. I know that you would love to hear from
Always.
as many.
Always.
And I'm gonna see if I can get Jennifer to
I love
get
her.
in
Give
some
her
of
a hug
those,
for me.
get in some love garments,
Yes.
some love
Yes.
outfits, right?
Yes.
I can't tell you how grateful I am that you came and spent your afternoon with us this evening on Juneteenth, about Juneteenth, and about all the great things that you have done your whole life. As long as I've known you, it's been a tremendous thing that you've done. I mean, one after another, great things to help the community, to help kids especially rise up and achieve things they might never have known were possible.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to your team for having me. And again, I'm so clear that it is not me, it's simply through me, and I'm humbled because of that. We're right up the street from ATM, Alonzo and Tracy Morning Senior High School.
That's right.
So God, I'm just grateful that God has chosen me to do this work. I'm honored, and again, it's all because of God. I sit before you because of the grace that God has given me all of my life, especially blessing me with the greatest mommy I know.
Well, all blessings, and you continue to be a blessing for so many.
Thank you.
You've been a blessing for me this evening.
Thank you.
That's our show. That's the Naked Beauty podcast for today. We are going to have another great show for you in July. We've got Tony Yoon coming on. Dr. Tony Yoon, the holistic doctor on Instagram. You guys know him. He's got millions and millions of followers in TikTok, in Instagram. He's tremendous, and we'll be talking a lot about his philosophy of prejuvenation, of keeping yourself looking young through natural means, and can't wait to do it. It's been a great show. Thanks for joining us. Always check out the podcast. Make sure you like it. You can subscribe to it, and check it out every month. We're going to be doing new shows. See you in July. Thanks for watching the Naked Beauty Podcast.